Hi, this is Rahim Zulfikar Ali. In this video tutorial, we will be solving one very common challenging issue raised on many forums by Excel users regarding conditional formatting. So basically, I have a data. Let's discuss this first. I have months from Jan to December, and then we have a number of columns representing the years, and then we have some numbers inside it. Okay. Now, I need to apply the conditional formatting and I need to apply the icon sets. So if the variance is basically higher side, then green arrow. If it's lower side, the red arrow. If it's equal, then yellow arrow. Okay. Now what happens with the conditional formatting is that when you have multiple columns and you apply the arrow or icon sets with the relative references, it will not work. It will give you an error, and I will show you in this video. And we need to create the helper column. So for example, if I have 11 columns for the data, I need to create another 11 columns extra workings, and then I need to apply the logic for the arrows and then need to hide them. So it's a very complex thing. What I need as my requirement is that if I have a lot of columns there in my data and I need to apply the arrows within with the relative reference concept. So how are I going to do that? Okay. Now the concept is that what we will doing here, what will be the logic of applying the green, red and yellow arrows is that if the current month, for example, in this use case, if we see the February, if February is greater than January, then it will show green arrow. Okay, if it's less than the January, it will show the red arrow. And I don't need to create a helper column there and then to hide. So, and this will work like March will compare itself with the previous month. So every current month will check that if it's less than, so a different color arrow will there, and if it's greater than, so if it's that will show the green arrow. Okay, similarly May will check with the previous month April, then June will check with the May. Okay, so there is no concept for absolute but a relative concept. Okay, now what happens generally in conditional formatting is that, let's suppose I select one column, I go to conditional formatting and icon sets. Okay, then again I will go to the conditional formatting, manage rules. That will open up the conditional formatting rules manager window. So now I will click on edit rule, and you will see this dialog window, edit formatting rule. Here first we will change the type. So the type will be the formula because we are required to place the logic here. Now if I type here equals to, if this particular cell, now you can see this is absolute, I will change it to relative because when it goes down, this logic goes down, every current month will check with the previous month, and whatever the variance is, if it's positive then green arrow, if it's negative then red arrow, if it's equal then yellow. So if equals to C5, that is the relative reference, and then equals to C4, let me remove the $sign from here, and when I click OK, so Excel conditional formatting gives me an error. You cannot use relative references in conditional formatting criteria for color scales, data bars and icon sets. Now I cannot apply this particular thing here, and I'm restricted to create some helper columns and then I can use them, but I don't want to do that, all those things. Okay, so now what will be the solution here? So let me give you a we will be gonna do is, we need a one blank cell, and we'll go to the insert tab, then on the right side symbol, that will open up a symbol window. Okay, make sure that you have Arial font selected, or you might have the recently used symbols like this arrow, up arrow, down arrow, and for the equal you can use this hyphen sign as well. Okay, so this is available within the Arial geometric shapes. Okay, so what I will do is I will click on this particular symbol and I will click on insert, then I need this as well and I need this as well, and then close. So I got these three symbols in my cell B1, and what I will do, I will select them, press Ctrl C for copy. Okay, alright, the next thing is that let me apply the first column, but I will not start with January, otherwise the conditional formatting will be applied wrong. So I will select the selection would be from February to December. Okay, now I will go to the conditional formatting, which is in the home tab, and I will click on new rule, Then I will go to use a formula to determine which cells to format. Okay, then starting with equal sign, then I will select February, which is my current month, and I will remove the dollars, which is absolute references. So I will make it relative. If C5 is greater than previous month, which is January, again this is C4 absolute references, so let's remove dollar sign. Now this is a relative reference. When this logic will go down by the conditional formatting, every current month will be checked from the previous month. Okay, now if this condition meets, if the current month is greater than the last month, then let's go to the format. And now here is the twist part, that will go to the number tab. Let's click on custom, and we have copied and pasted those three symbols as well. We'll paste here, but before, what we need is, we need, if the variance is basically larger for the current month versus previous, so we need a color here. So color space 10 is basically a dark green color in the custom formatting. The hashtag means any number, and then we'll paste those symbols, and we just need this triangle, this arrow. Okay, let's click OK. Alright, so now you can see that the February is basically greater than the January, and it's being highlighted with the arrow, or you can say triangle with a green color. Okay, so you can see the rule is being applied. Similarly, for another rule we will be applying here. So we'll select from February to December here. We'll go to the same conditional formatting, new rule, and now this time you know how to do it. So equals to, the second rule will be if this current month is less than the previous month. Okay, so if this happens, let's go to the format, let's go to the custom, and let's have a red color. Okay, with hashtag means any number, and we need the down arrow. Okay, so after applying it, click OK. So now you can see that the April current month is basically lesser than the March, and similarly September is lesser as compared to the August, right? Now for the equivalent, what we need is, we need the hyphen sign or yellow color. Okay, for that again we'll select again from the February to the December, then we'll go to conditional formatting, new rule, and now the logic will be equals to if this current month is equal to the previous month. Okay, and now see, these are the relative references. If this condition meet at the backend, let's go to format, custom, and let's have a color, for example yellow color or any other color you would like to have, hashtag, and then paste those symbols. So we just need an arrow, click OK, and that's it, right? So this is basically, because this was equivalent here, so this is being applied. Now what you do for the next columns is just copy the current column where you applied the conditional formatting, and don't select from January again, just select the February till December for the other columns, and go to paste special, and click on formats, click OK, and that's it. Alright, so this is working fine. So I hope you like this video. Thank you.